For more on the story, we can now cross to France 24's Gulliver Cragg. He joins us live from Kyiv. Gulliver, what indication do we have at the moment at just how effective this Russian attack has been, how much damage has been done?
Well, as usual, the authorities are quite tight-lipped about exactly what damage has been done and where. I'm at the northern edge of Kyiv, and behind me is the road that goes to the dam at Vyshgorod. It's a hydroelectric power station. As you can perhaps see, the road is closed. It's clear that this hydroelectric power station was one of the targets. A video has been released of a missile falling into the Kyiv Sea, as it's known, the reservoir that the dam holds in above the city, but it seems that wasn't the only missile and that there is some damage. That, of course, always leads to fears that Kyiv could be flooded, that the dam could burst. That's actually highly unlikely. It's very, very hard to burst a strong dam like that by firing on it from a distance, but putting the hydroelectric power generation capacity completely out of action, that is absolutely possible, and that was probably the Russians' aim, because according to the Ukrainian authorities, this was an attack aimed principally at the country's electricity infrastructure. All over the country, different power stations, different parts of the electricity grid were hit. Also, though, notably in Lutsk, in the far northwest of Ukraine, residential apartment buildings were hit, perhaps by debris falling or perhaps by the projectile missing its target. One person is reported dead there. In Kyiv, private homes were damaged, one of them completely reduced to rubble. Several people reported injured there, including a 5-month-old baby, and many cities in Ukraine, including Lutsk, Zhytomyr, and parts of Kyiv, are this morning completely, this afternoon now, without electricity.
So, Gulliver, there's been expectations of a major attack from Russia on Ukraine for weeks now, especially since Ukraine's incursion into Russia's Kursk region. What does it say that Russia is able to mount this massive missile attack on Ukraine's energy infrastructure, but seemingly unable to dislodge Ukrainian troops from its own territory?
Well, they're two completely different things. The Russians have been building up missile capacity. They've got new drones in addition to the Iranian Shahed ones, which allows them to fly the drones around for longer. I believe the alert is actually still in place for Kyiv, the air alert, because drones are still flying around. And there's a limit to how much the Ukrainian air defenses can do to protect the electricity infrastructure. But it looks very, very bad for the coming winter, because already I was talking to DTEK, one of the main electricity companies, and they were saying that even in the best case scenario where there would be no further strikes, this was before this morning's attack, they were looking to be providing people with electricity for fewer hours in the day than the hours in the day that they would not have electricity throughout this winter. Presumably now those already pessimistic expectations are going to be revised even further downwards.
All right, another rough winter perhaps in store for Ukraine once again as Russia targets energy infrastructure there. That's France 24's Gulliver Cragg from Kyiv. Thanks very much.